Hi. The university sent me a bunch of different students' work, and I was supposed to pick one. And I picked Marco's work, and I just wanted to say what I liked about it, which is there was this sort of beautiful, easy blending of the self, like the internal self, and the sort of simple landscape around, and it went easily between the two. And then there was this, again, the word simple is going to come up a couple times, but the sort of careful simplicity of the prosody in the way the lines were structured and how they sort of went just nicely along and then sort of nicely along into the next one in this very organic but sort of carrying you along kind of way. And then again, that there was this sort of earnest simplicity in this like small human honesty of like being just sort of clear and honest about like being a person in the world with these thoughts or these feelings in each given moment. And that's what I liked about the poems. Thank you for being here, Marco.
Hi, thank you all so much for coming. This is my first poetry reading, so, take it a little bit easy. Thank you so much, Cody Rose. I really love Cody Rose's work, and I'm really thankful to be here reading with them. So I just have a few poems for you guys. Morning. Showering has too many steps. Rather, I tick across the landscape, cultivating a smell of grasses and husks. Trouble is your own woman. Mine is toothy, and better yet, bites. Body poem, February 4th. Moon curved morning, you know in your legs, you know in your red-streaked eyes, love's touch, capital L, lives under your skin in that ruddy, bloody part of you where no one dies and no one leaves. Driving song. I turn off the radio to focus on a single point of light in a field of muddy blue. There are things that reach with long arms and legs that lope, and there's you, moss-haired and starry-crowned in your wrought home. Dusk passes with its itinerant birds. The moon strikes up a waxy hum. No one calls to me from the darker reaches of your night. I think again of deeper places, where the bones of houses sit and purr for a lashing rain. After Tamil Sangam poetry. The last fruits have hardened and fallen from the slender trees outside my window. Crows carry their seeds leagues across the flat land. Does he think of me in the mountains, breathing my ghost into the cold air? The girl to her friend upon her lover's departure. My mind has become a mud alley strewn with thin and brittle reeds stirred by the cold winds. The man to his father after restless travel. Ice bloomed in slow cracks. Even dark birds averted their eyes from her golden freckles. The trees, freed of their leaves, fashioned marriage clothes from the snow. The old man speaking of his wife's return from her natal place. Body poem, February 6th. I love only men who move like marsh birds over the water, diving low into thin sheets with thin limbs and eager eyes to stop their breath again. Invocation. I think of you mostly as fall rain with the attendant farmer's market lushness, or in packaging that gives along clean lines with even tearing sounds. In these manufactured places of measured warmth and limping silvered chill, I pray as a child does, slowly smothering under covers and bloom, for all the world to be pulled inside, and together with me, made again. Sugar love. The pines are growing in ample sun. They harry simple energies, fructose, sucrose, dextrose, to thin green spurs. Espers bloom the air to sudden sharpness about the plump and giving night. The trees have shed their bird eyes, thin reeds flit across the frozen marsh. The stars poke into easy formation. I am reminded there is sweetness still in unwrung cane. There is a waiting stone in every fruit. Hymn. You have given me kisses like birds we found walking that cling and pass unnoticed in their perfect geometry. I feel transfixed and settled by your presence, Lord, as 16 little birds, huddled in a V, transit through the window where the sun sets, and each morning the last bare spot of night pulls on a loose cloth of color. Body poem, February 11th. The weaver Kabir, the poet Khusrau agreed, if there is a heaven, it is here with you. I am not half as smart as they were, nor half as kind or funny, so how can I disagree? Best to heed, slowly with each greater breath, Cupid's vine, Ipomoea quamaclit, weaving its simple path across my eyebrows into my eyes, like a saint dancing into bright and fleshful God. Flying into Newark. I forget your beauty until I'm above you, watching across your half-coat of frost, cords of geese, all together, gingerly strike for home. I would forget as to remember. To breathe in sharp your flushes and smooth your hills, your peach fuzz forest to brush, our pleasures too vast for the holding. I can only trail across you and let colder, newer morning finger each nod I whisper. When I am a better man, perhaps, we'll walk as brothers. I'll wrap this body around yours, easy and loose, while we discuss a great and gracious love of lakes and rivers. Devotion. I love you, and I cannot disdain them who have so abandoned living, for through you I feel a salvage man, ever busy under this unnatural sea, artificing smaller affections. They will paw and squint at charts in great domed buildings, while I pray earnestly, thatch huts in deep snow, and recite poems to girls in the morning. This next one is a poem I started in the language I grew up speaking, which is Pahari, a vernacular language of northern India, and then finished in English. But the title is Shamonka Ant, which means the end of evenings. And this is an English translation of the whole thing. Mist me with your ethereal power, so I may become a ghost of petty grievances and wander these woods seeking out young flesh. I would pick my spirit teeth with hikers' bones and build little mobiles of their bright-colored windbreakers. Should I be a house ghost, I'd turn everything yellow and skulk through the rafters, bending nails in the walls. Trembling, day-dark, spin-flung thing, I would pick up my own dull pieces from this world and, slinking into sleep, be the soul in your littlest toe. All right, well, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much.